What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another LEGO YouTube video. In the spirit of May 4th happening in about 2 weeks from recording this, I thought it would be fun to go back and take a look at every single May 4th promotion that LEGO has released and kind of rank through my favorites. And this list only includes like the primary gift with purchase, not like any of the gear or anything. So let's just go ahead and get straight into the list with my least favorite May 4th promo being the buildable R2-D2. I feel like this is just one of the most unnecessary and uncreative LEGO May 4th promos that they have done, and I just really do not like the look of it whatsoever. Like, I don't get why this exists. It's very similar in scale to the minifigure of R2-D2, so like, why not give us a minifigure, but we've also gotten a million R2-D2s, so it just doesn't really make sense. I feel like the creative team for the May 4th promotions this year kind of like ran out of time to come up with a promotion and just threw this one together. And I mean, free is free, but like considering that we only get one May 4th promotion per year, I feel like this one is definitely the most disappointing, and it just looks ugly. I really don't like how the head looks. I think the Technic pieces inside of this are really ugly too, and when you compare it to the other droid promotion, the BB-8, which again isn't even that great, it just looks really ridiculous. And I feel like this is, honestly, maybe I'm being a little too critical, but it's probably one of my least favorite Star Wars sets ever. I just really do not like the look of it whatsoever, and it's so unnecessary. And the next set on our list here is BB-8, and this one I feel very similar to how I do with the R2-D2 one, but at least the BB-8 figure looks a lot more clean and polished than the R2-D2 one does. Again, I don't really know why this exists, especially because we have a UCS BB-8 set, so like why do we have this like MIDI scale one? Not even MIDI scale, just like micro scale, like especially when we also have a BB-8 minifigure. It just doesn't really make sense, and it's just a very lazy promotion for May 4th. Had this come out like in 2024, I don't think I would have bought any of the May 4th sets for the promotion because it's just so like just lazy in my opinion. It's way better than the R2-D2 one though, but like that's not really saying so much at the end of the day. And the next pick is another kind of lazy May 4th promotion. It's the First Order Stormtrooper. At least you get an exclusive minifigure, albeit the minifigure choice I feel like is why this is so low on the list. Because like when I think of a May 4th minifigure, the ideal minifigure is something that wouldn't be put into a widely released LEGO set, and something that feels like you would only get that minifigure as a May 4th promotion, if that makes any sense. I feel like May 4th is a very special holiday for Star Wars fans, so like why can't the minifigure for the promotion be a special minifigure? I mean, there's nothing downright like wrong with this minifigure, it just doesn't really feel worthy of being a May 4th promotion, especially because we've gotten so many minifigures that are so similar to this figure in widely released sets, so it doesn't really make sense. At the end of the day, it's not terrible though. But another pick on the list, the next one up, is the Death Star 2 battle, just the Death Star battle. I feel like this is a cool looking set. I get what they were trying to do, and I like the printed Star Wars plaque on this. However, here in 2024, when we have like the actual diorama of the Death Star trench run, I feel like this just falls very short. Okay, this is the Death Star 2, by the way. I kind of looked at this wrong, but like, it's just a very simplified LEGO set, and it honestly just does not look that great, especially when you compare it to, albeit it's a different scene, but when you compare it to the trench run diorama, this just looks pathetic, and it feels like just something that was thrown together at the last minute. And there's no minifigures in the set either, so it's kind of crappy for that. I mean, it does look okay on display, and I feel like it would look good next to some of the other Death Star sets, which is why it's kind of high up on the list. But the next pick on the list above this is another minifigure polybag. It is the Han Solo Hoff outfit, and it's a really nice minifigure. There's nothing really wrong with it. I love the kind of like hood piece that we get with it, and I like all of the print detailing on the minifigure, but it's just too similar to the other Hoff Han Solo minifigures that we've gotten in widely released LEGO sets. So again, it's like similar to the point I made with the Stormtrooper promotion. It's a cool minifigure, but it just does not feel special enough to be like the big May 4th promotion, especially because we've gotten minifigures that are almost identical to this Han Solo in several other different sets. I have the minifigure and I think it's cool. It's just not really the best May 4th promotion, and it's not very creative. And the next pick on this list is another Hoff set. It's the Battle of Hoth 20th Anniversary Edition, and it's a cool set. It's like a nice little small, very, very scaled down diorama of the Battle of Hoth. And you know, It's an okay set. What I really like about this are like the micro build snow speeders and the AT-AT, but this just feels like something that should be in an advent calendar, and I don't want my big May 4th promotion of the year to be an advent calendar because we already got those, you know? So this is a cool set. There's nothing really aesthetically wrong with it. I just feel like it's not one of the best promotions at all. Like, it's just thrown together, very few pieces. The only cool thing about it, in my opinion, is the printed plaque, and I just feel like they could have done a lot better for this year. But the next pick on the list is the last of the kind of like diorama, like mini scale things. It's the Tatooing Homestead, and what I like about this one's not that bad. I feel like this one gets a little bit too much hate. This is unique, and I really like it, and I would love to have it in my collection. Again, I like the printed Lego Star Wars plaque, especially how this one kind of commemorates the year it was released, and I think this one actually looks really cool. You get the Lars family homestead, you get like a micro scale Luke's land speeder, you get some of the Tatooine terrain, and I also really like the sand crawler too. This is like a cool display piece. Like, not one of the best May 4th promotions, but I feel like it's definitely my favorite out of all of these kind of style of promotions. Granted, I'm happy in 2024 that we're kind of moving away from this style of Lego May 4th set, but this one's not all bad. I would have liked them to have included a minifigure or something else along those lines in this set to make it a little bit better, but I don't really have too many complaints for this one. I think it's a solid 8 out of 10. So moving on to my next favorite of the May 4th promotions is actually last year's 2023's Death Star. And again, this isn't the most unique set. It's not the greatest, but I liked how they have the 40th Return of the Jedi plaque on it, because it's like last year was the big kind of 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. So I like that the promotion had something to do with Return of the Jedi, and it gave me an option to have a Death Star in my Lego collection, so I was really happy with it. And while it's not the coolest looking thing on display, it's an easy way to have a Death Star in your collection that doesn't take up too much space, and I think it's a very simple set, but it has a lot of detail in it, and I really like the end result. I think the greebling that they use is really cool, especially on the more corroded side of the Death Star, and it even has somewhat of an interior with like Luke and Vader's final duel represented here, which I thought was another kind of like nice little touch to the set. It's not the greatest May 4th promotion, but it's far from the worst, and I really like the creativity with it. And then next up is this year's May 4th promotion. It's the Trade Federation Troop Carrier. I really like this promotion. I love that it's like this huge battle droid battle pack, and I think they did a really good job with it. And you even get a 25 years of Lego Star Wars plaque included with it too, so very solid promotion. I have only positive things to say about it. However, when I think about a May 4th Lego promotion, I think of uniqueness and creativity, and this just feels like it could have been a widely released Lego set, so I'm wondering why it wasn't just a widely released Lego set to throw in with the other Phantom Menace sets. It's a really solid set. I love the amount of battle droids you get, and we haven't gotten something like this in a while, but it just doesn't feel like an exclusive promotion. It feels like a widely released set. And then next up, I can't say the same for this set. It's the Lars Family Homestead Kitchen, which is from 2022, and this was the first ever May 4th promotion I got, so I do have a bit of nostalgia for it, and it's also just really unique. Like, when would we ever get a diorama of the Lars Family Kitchen in Lego? So I love the uniqueness of this set. It's a really cool diorama, and then also, what I really like about this is it brought back the exclusive minifigures that we've been missing from recent years for Lego Star Wars. You get the exclusive Aunt Beru minifigure, who I highly doubt will be recreated in Lego. And then, even when you look past the minifigure, the actual diorama has a lot of small details inside of it, and it's just a really unique Lego Star Wars set. And I don't really have any complaints with it at all. And again, I'm just really happy that we kind of got an exclusive minifigure. However, we haven't gotten any in the last 2 years, but hey, at least we got one for 2022. And the next minifigure, or not really minifigure, but the next promotion on this list is the Shadow ARF Trooper. This is one of the most expensive May 4th minifigures that we have gotten, and it's also really unique too. It's from Star Wars Legends, and it kind of coincides with the widely released Shadow Trooper that we got from like the 2008-2009 era of Lego Star Wars, I want to say, and it's a really cool minifigure. I like the design of it. I love the uniqueness of it too. I have nothing but positive things to say about it. However, I like the uniqueness of it, but I just feel like it's just a random kind of character, which isn't really a bad thing. I feel like we could have gotten something better. I love the minifigure at the end of the day, and it's one of my favorite promotions, just not as cool as some of the other minifigures. And speaking of those other minifigures, the next pick on my list is Admiral Uren, based off of his appearance from Star Wars Rebels. This is probably one of my favorite LEGO Star Wars May 4th promos. It's in third place, and rightfully so. I love Admiral Uren in the Clone Wars, and I thought it was really cool to see him in Star Wars Rebels, and I think they did a great job detailing the minifigure. I feel like the face print is spot on. I like the kind of Admiral torso print that we have here. The only thing wrong with this minifigure is the lack of leg printing, in my opinion, which isn't even the end of the world at the end of the day, because you can easily swap out the legs for dual molded ones, and I feel like this is a great character to get. I feel like we wouldn't have gotten him in a widely released set, so I'm really happy that they included him as a promotion. And then my second favorite LEGO May 4th promotion is the TC-14, and the reason why I have her above Admiral Uren is because I feel like it is so rare that we get chrome printed minifigures, and this is one of the more accessible chrome printed LEGO Star Wars minifigures, and I think it's just really unique because of that. And I love the simplicity of the minifigure, but again, I feel like it's really cool because of that chrome printing to it. The chrome finish really makes this minifigure one of my favorites, and she's one of the most expensive May 4th minifigures because of that, but it's a great minifigure to include. I think this is the only version of the character that we've gotten in LEGO too, and it's a fun little promotion, I would say. So I'm really happy with this one. This is kind of like what I feel like the May 4th promotion should be, just a random obscure character that we wouldn't get in a widely released set that like can be unique to a promotion. And then of course, number one, by no surprise, I feel like this is literally everybody's favorite May 4th promotion. It's Darth Revan. This was one of the original kind of May 4th promotions that we got in LEGO, and I feel like this one was a really big surprise. We were getting Old Republic sets at the time, so I guess it's not like the craziest thing in the world, but I just love the uniqueness of the minifigure. I really wish they would re-release it, but I highly doubt it. And this is what the ideal May 4th promotion should always be. A unique minifigure with lots of detail that feels like it should only be released for a May 4th set. Like, I don't see LEGO putting him in any random set, which is why I love this minifigure so much for the May 4th promotions. And it's just a cool minifigure too. Like, there's literally, even all these years later, there's nothing wrong with him, and I feel like he fits in perfectly with the other Old Republic minifigures that we've gotten too. So he's easily my favorite LEGO Star Wars May 4th promotion. So definitely let me know down in the comments what your favorite LEGO Star Wars May 4th promo. I feel like everybody's going to say Darth Revan, but hey, if you have a different one, definitely let me know down in the comments. I feel like it's really fun to take a look back and all of the May 4th promotions that we have gotten from LEGO, especially because May 4th is only a few weeks away, so I thought it'd be fun to kind of take a look back and kind of rank my favorites on how much I like them. So let me know what you guys thought of this video down below. Let me know if you agree with my ranking or disagree with it. Be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and subscribe if you are new around here. But that's all for today. Peace out. Bye.